Hey Abhishu, it's Monday. Finally, it actually is Monday this time. Uh, the weather is really bad, so I'm back here in the lobby of my apartment. Right, so first off, I loved your points on game scenes and TV show scenes. I like your position on House being one of the best written characters, if not the most. Mm, I might not. I don't have a lot of points to discuss on top of that. In the sense that I don't know if a TV show has had a better written character, but yeah, I'll just go with the flow and say that it is in fact so. Regarding the piracy fight that's going on between us and Fitler, none of them are in the wrong, to be very honest. So you can't really make a lot of discussions here. You can't make a lot of points here saying that maybe Empress was right or Fitwell was right. In general, piracy has this weird way of uh, you know bringing out very extreme sides in everyone. I remember saying that there's no honor among thieves, but piracy is the only exception. But apparently that's not the case. At least not here. But this really gets to the heart of piracy in general as well, right? That piracy to be successful needs to be sustainable as well. And how piracy cannot be sustainable if the people attempting the people cracking the games, people ripping the Blu-ray discs are not not credited or not paid for it. I mean, how is it paid? If how is it any different from paying for a CD if you're not paying the guy, paying the person that's ripping or cracking the games? But really, this really strikes at the heart of what piracy really is. That the reason why Netflix shot up in its initial years was because of its convenience. People didn't need to pirate movies because everything was available in one place and it was at a very cheap price. And that's why people moved away from channels and everyone was using Netflix. That's why Netflix and chill is a thing. I mean, what other multi-million, if not multi-billion dollar company do you know that has that is part of a meme? To be very honest, right? The closest we've gone is to calling everything a Xerox instead of a photocopy, right? And the second, and after that comes, of course, that you Google something, right? So, well, yeah. So by the way, about that side note, since I've been using DuckDuckGo, that thing has been phasing out. I've started using search instead of Google again. So yeah, kudos to that. Uh, anyway, my point being, Netflix was successful because of that, and then Netflix got greedy. Netflix made its own shows, and they said that they won't. They'll charge extra fees for shows that are not its own, and because of that, uh, uh, other media companies that built their empire decades ago, all they needed to do was um, all they really needed to do was just uh, make their own streaming service. Hulu, Hotstar, and Peacock, and I mean it ended with Peacock. The most recent one is Peacock, Disney Plus, and all of them. And companies like Amazon and Apple actually uh, hit hit these markets that nobody thought they would get into. That was Prime Video and Apple TV Plus. Yes, I guess Apple TV Plus was not that unprecedented, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean the real point is just that it's really not a point of it's not a point of paying the publishers, right? It's a point of convenience. So once everyone had their own streaming service, you now had to pay for like five services to get all your content again. So again, you have a pricing model, a personal pricing model that matched the older TV model, and now uh, you know, now Piracy is back on. Right. Oh, I forgot honorable mentions to HBO Max. So yeah, I'm not gonna say a lot about that. It's the same with games as well, right? The games that developers are really confident of games that are gonna be popular. So Cyberpunk is a DRM free game, and and on top of that, CDPR was bashed heavily on the quality of game that they delivered, their 1.0.0, their initial release, right? And even after all these adversities, they still managed to sell a lot of that game. I'm not sure of the exact number. I might have to look it up. Maybe I'll display it over here. But yeah, they really did sell a lot of those copies of Cyberpunk, right? And that's the idea that DRM doesn't need to be that strong for the game to sell that way. Two fundamentally different kinds of companies. That Ubisoft thrives on very high quality games. I know Ducky will be a bit mad, but they have a high quality, high density, if not high quality. They have a high density development, and they require a lot more development power than uh, say say from software. And in the end what happens is that the games themselves the games sell themselves, right? That's the idea in the end. I mean, I'm going on this I was going on this tangent, but in the end, the idea is that the games do sell themselves. So if you keep making the same Assassin's Creed over and over, then even though it might be a good franchise, it's not gonna sell as much as Sekiro did or Devil May Cry 5 did, even after such a bad experience with DMC Devil May Cry. Right? I know it was a good game, you love that game, but it had a very bad reception among the fans of that game. Right? I didn't personally love the game, I did like the game, honestly. But yeah, the idea is the game sells itself. So even if these games are cracked on day one, if you love that game, people will buy that game and people will pay for it, and you will earn money. So it's not going to be a problem, right? Yeah, I didn't realize that I was going to make the video about piracy, but yeah, here we are. I mean, I guess I'm really just really saying this because one of my roommates actually has a uh, very strong opinion against piracy. That if you are a developer and someone pirates your software, then it's think about what would happen. That's the idea that he puts, and he just doesn't agree with piracy. And me owning a startup, it's even more of a big deal, right? But I feel that it's a matter of principle that I don't support piracy. I support convenience, and that is why Spotify is still at the top, because all music is available under the same platform. If different artists sign deals with different music streaming apps, God forbid that happens, we'll be left with really uh, fragmented versions of music that is that is really close to what's happening in TV shows and movies right now. And yeah, we would be back to parroting music as well. So yeah, those are my 2 cents of piracy. Regarding specifically Empress and Fit Girl, I read I read what Empress said, and I read Fit Girl's reply as well. And there was also some one another article where Fit Girl had this entire rant about this weird psychological question that she put. saying that she had like these fake intelligence questions that she posted and which had only one correct answer. And I mean, it was really cheesy at best. Honestly, it's a bit weird talking about piracy on uh, on a video that probably won't be published, but still is on YouTube, right? But yeah, that's what I have to think about this. Do you have any points on this? Then let me know. I was actually planning to talk a bit more about privacy as well, but I think I'll talk about it in the next video because it really ties into this entire narrative of piracy. And yeah, I'll talk about it later. But yeah, let me know what you think. I mean, uh, would you pirate music? What's the first thing that you would pay for? Because honestly, we pirate all. If we used to pirate everything, then we had Netflix, then we had Prime Video, we had Spotify. We've still not bought any games, but once my laptop comes, I'm definitely gonna buy Cyberpunk and Hollow Knight. So yeah, I have almost paid for all entertainment services. So I mean, what do you think? What's the first domain of entertainment you think you'll be paying for? Tell me about it. And talk to you on Thursday. Peace.